I grew up in a really interesting situation, right? So my parents are divorced. They got divorced when I was really young. Um, my dad's side of the family has a lot more money than my mom's side of the family, but I'd never really spent much time with my dad's side of the family. And I grew up in like a really difficult household, right? Um, Basically, I was living with my mom. My mom had to work about 80 hours a week for most of my life. And so I have five brothers. I have five brothers. And so I was kind of like mostly raised by my oldest brother. And it was very much like always a little bit of a concern of like whether or not the house was going to be paid off, right? Obviously, um, there's very much, kind of a little bit raised by television, a little bit raised by video games, a little bit of just nerding out and just reading books as much as I could. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was just very, very difficult. It was just very, very difficult. Like, I don't know, like for sports, for example, I tried to do track and cross country in high school. I was a pole vaulter. But that was really, really difficult for me because like if I wanted to eat enough food to have the energy to like be a pole vaulter, I had to get a job, right? I had to get a job so I could afford like that extra food that I needed. And so, like it was very much like a lot of, sleeve of saltine crackers for dinner type of situation. Um, and so in some sense, I kind of had a lot of time to myself, but in another sense, it was a very busy household with five brothers. But it was always just this very much a lot of frustration about unfairness, right? That I kind of like saw everywhere. Because like, like it would have been nice to have like a lot more time, like it was like family time. It would have been nice to not have to deal with like, some of the abuse that I had to deal with like from my dad and stuff. It would be nice to be able to go on vacation, which I never really got to. Or like, for example, when I was in theater in like middle school, they would do like trips to like New York, right, to like Broadway and stuff like that. But like I never really got those opportunities, right? It's one of the reasons why I went into the military is because I didn't see any opportunity to go to college any other way. Um, and and so that really was kind of like how I grew up. And it's just really, really tough to say the least.
Yeah, so you were raised, you feel like you were raised by your brother mostly?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, pretty much like that in television.